Is your banker doing enough to protect itself from a hack attack? Maybe, maybe not. A government watchdog says the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation isn't probing hard enough to find out what the banks are doing to safeguard themselves. WHJ's Ryan Tracy has the skinny and he joins us now. Ryan, the FDIC getting a bit of a public shaming there on not probing hard enough.
Yeah, that's right. This report came out earlier this week from the Inspector General of the FDIC. And, you know, we think a lot about, when we think about cybersecurity, you've heard about the hacks at Target and Home Depot and JP Morgan. You don't think as much about what the government's doing to kind of hold these companies accountable, and particularly in the financial sector. That's a hugely important thing. The FDIC oversees 4,000 community banks, and they've all got computer systems that connect to the payment system for the entire United States. So this is a really important issue, and the Inspector General is saying the FDIC not doing a good enough job questioning and probing those banks to see how resilient they are. And
has the FDIC really got enough people to do that job? I mean, I know we think of big government, but they're saying they're not very well staffed.
Yeah, well, this is a challenge for the FDIC. I mean, they have thousands of staff, but a lot of them are trained as bank examiners. So they're trained in how to look for risky loans and things like that. Not as many of them have IT training. And so it's a challenge for the agency to find people who are both with the expertise to examine and make sure a bank has the right computer systems and cybersecurity systems in place, as well as be certified as bank examiners. And so it's understandable, I think, to some extent that they're struggling with staffing up, but the IG also calling them out on that, saying they need to do a better job. And by the way, the FDIC says it agrees with the recommendations and is addressing them.
One of the things, Ryan, that I look at is that you need a certain mass in order to get the right folks into a bank to do your cybersecurity for you. And if JP Morgan can get hacked, which is an enormous bank, then your community bank, which probably can't afford as many IT professionals, has got to be in a difficult position.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, this is one of the many things that's making life more expensive for community banks across the country. And one thing they can do is hire a vendor, hire a third party who's got this expertise, bring them in and say, please secure my systems. And that's actually another thing that this report brought up is not only do the regulators have to be thinking about, is the bank secure? To the extent the bank's relying on vendors, they've also got to be looking at those vendors saying, does this vendor have the appropriate security systems in place? We've seen, for example, in the Target breach, it was a refrigeration contractor that allowed the hackers to kind of get in the back door and get into Target systems. So it's a really challenging issue, and the government kind of, this report sort of shows the government's getting there, but not all the way there yet.
Getting there, but not quite there yet. Thank you very much, Ryan Tracy of the Wall Street Journal.